Hey, it's Sam here from KitchenGadgetsClub.com and the voice behind your popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today, we're on day 3 of everything Christmas with our 12 days dedicated to Christmas recipes with Kitchen Gadgets. So for today, in our 12 days of Christmas, we are doing slow cooker roast beef, but we're going to be using our Ninja Foodi because then we can use the saute setting first for browning the meat. Of course, if you prefer, you can use the air fryer first or not brown the meat and just throw everything in a traditional slow cooker. It's totally up to you. And don't forget to say hello to Santa because he's watching us make this slow cooker roast beef today. So, shall we get started? So let's talk ingredients. You can do any beef that you would normally cook in the slow cooker. So rolled brisket is lovely in there, so is beef shin, and we've got some beef topside here today for you. And also for other ingredients, we've got a nice mixture of seasonings. So we've got garlic powder, onion powder, dried thyme, and mustard powder, and as well as that, because there's quite a lot of salt naturally in garlic and onion granules, we're not adding in any extra salt beyond that because otherwise your beef will be too salty. And then we've also got some garlic, a red onion and plenty of pepper so that we can do a pepper sauce to go with it. So some black peppercorns is just brilliant in this recipe. So shall we get started? So first, let's mix some of your seasonings because then you can get these out of the way and you can put them away in your herb drawer without them getting dirty. So first of all, a bit of garlic powder, mustard powder, onion granules. Try not to use them too often because they can be quite salty. And plenty of dried thyme. And then a good portion of ground pepper, because then it can be like a slow cooker peppered kind of taste to it. And then that's your mixture there, and we can put that to one side for now. And then of course I've already peeled some garlic cloves, and then we can add these in with the onions. And then that's your onion there for when you need it. So then you can chop your onion and your garlic and then you're ready and you don't need a chopping board then. So I'm using a red onion in this recipe. You can use red, or if you prefer you can just use a regular brown onion or some shallots. Either works well with this. So once you've chopped your onion, find something for it to sit in for the time being, or you can just leave it on your chopping board, whichever you prefer. And then your garlic cloves, I just go with a medium slice because then it can carry on cooking as it's in the slow cooker. And then once your garlic is sliced, you can add that into your bowl as well. And then it's ready for once we've browned the beef. Yeah, that's your little bit of prep that you've got. Now I'm just going to clean the chopping board, put it to one side, and we can get the cooking pot out and we can start browning that beef. So we've got a clean worktop and we've got the cooking pot out for you now. So shall we make this amazing slow cooker roast beef and gravy? So into the cooking pot you need some extra virgin olive oil, and then you want to put it on saute. So turn it on. And then you'll give it the sear saute setting, high 5, and then press start. Obviously, if you're just dumping it straight in the slow cooker, then you can skip this step, but just so that you know and you can follow along in case you want to brown your meat first. So, grab your beef, and then you want to pop it in, and then you want to add a generous amount of the mixture that we've made of all these lovely seasonings. And then we're going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top as well. And then just get your hand in there and give it a good rub whilst it's in the pot. And then you can do, oops, good job, I checked on the other side, hey? And you want to do the same thing on the other side. And then give it a rub about, and then you're waiting for the cooking pot to warm up. Oh, I can smell that lovely peppery smell and the dried thyme. It just smells so good in our kitchen. But you're going to give this a go so that it can smell really good in your kitchen as well, because it's just a great one to be cooking. Not just over Christmas, but for your traditional Sunday dinner as well. It's a lovely one. So what you can do is you can pick it up by a fork, or you can use your hands because it's not that hot yet. And then look, we're getting a lovely coating on this side now. And then we can continue to the other side now for a little bit. And then we can get the onion and garlic on as well. And then once you've got enough colour on it for you, then pop it onto a plate whilst we sort out the onion and garlic. So add in some onion and garlic, along with some extra virgin olive oil in case the beef has soaked up all the oil. So that pot we've already prepared, that can all get dumped in there now, can't it? And then just keep stirring it. And then what you want to do is you want to get the wooden spoon and scrape any bits that are stuck to the bottom, because these are going to add some lovely flavour. So continue sauteing until you're happy with the onion and garlic. And now we've sauteed the onion and garlic, we can add in some beef stock. So this is made up with 1 stock cube and about 240ml, which is 1 cup of water. And then pop that in as well, give it a stir. And then that's your main base for the bottom. And now here's a question. It's personal taste, isn't it, when it comes to spice in recipes? You know, some of us prefer a mild curry like a katsu, whereas others are like, oh, I can handle a madras or a vindaloo, or they like the spice levels you have at Nando's. So when you're doing peppercorn and putting it in a recipe like we are in this one, just to point out, you know, you can have as little or as much as you want. I find a tablespoon of peppercorns is a nice quantity, but you might say, actually, I just want a teaspoon of them in here. It's just totally up to you, and you can decide on how much spice you want to add. So I've got a jar of peppercorns here. Not too many, but there you go, that's a tablespoon measurement going in there. And then just give it one last stir around. And then last but not least, let's add the beef back in, and it can sit on it, and then we can slow cook. And of course, make sure you cancel your saute. So grab your beef and then pop it in like that. And then it's ready for the lid to go down. So I'm just going to give my hands a quick wipe first. And then slow cookers can be so fast cooking beef. So don't expect a 4-hour cook time like you would when you're doing like a stew in there. So start yourself off with 3 hours, but go and check on it and do an internal temperature about 2 hours, just to see how far along it is and to see if you'd be happy with that level of doneness for your beef, because we're all different to how we like it, aren't we? So pop your lid down. So let's turn it on. You are looking for the slow cooker setting, which is at the right hand side on the air fry hob. And if you flick it round to slow cook, it automatically sets it to high to 6 hours. And then it will only go as low as 4 hours. So I recommend setting a timer like your Alexa for in 2 hours, depending on how you like it, and then press start. Whilst our kitchen gadget is on, working its magic, can I tell you more about our 12 days of Christmas? Well, basically, it's a different recipe every day for 12 days. And we've done it because we absolutely love using our kitchen gadgets at Christmas time, but also because we thought it would be really, really helpful to someone else out there if we did a giveaway where you could win your Christmas dinner. So where we would pay for your Christmas dinner shop, and then you could have turkey, chicken and all the trimmings, or whichever ones you want. And it's also to celebrate the pre-orders of our brand new cookbook, the Multi-Cooker Cookbook, which is such a beautiful cookbook. I'm so proud of this, and it's got 125 deliciously easy recipes and essential techniques. But what's so amazing about this is it's brilliant for if you have different kitchen gadgets, because it covers air frying, pressure cooking, slow cooking, mixing up pressure cooking and air frying, steaming, and so many others. So it also includes the opportunity to get our turkey recipe, so you can actually get the turkey recipe that's featured in the cookbook before it's even out. All you have to do is pre-order yourself a copy of the Multi-Cooker Cookbook. Simply search Multi-Cooker Salmon Dome or go to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/books and you can pre-order yourself a copy there, and then you can be having this turkey recipe in your house this Christmas and also have the chance to win your Christmas dinner on us. So now pause the video and do that, and then let's get back to this recipe. So we've given it 2.5 hours, and now I'm going to show you what the beef's like. In my opinion, this is good enough for us, but you may prefer 3 hours, or you may prefer it a bit pinker on 2 hours, but I'll show you what it's like. So the beef is looking amazing. So now you can just use a fork to grab it and to remove it from your slow cooker. And as you can see, it's got a lovely colour on it. And then you've got all those juices still below that make a perfect gravy. So let me just put the beef to one side, and then you can see how much juices we've got left. So wow, look at that. That is a good pot full. And then as you can see, you've got your onions, your garlic, and you've got your peppercorns in there. So it's an absolute lovely mixture to have. So first, what we recommend you do is you grab yourself some foil. Decent sized strip, because of course your beef's quite big. Pop your beef in it, wrap it in foil, and then you can allow it to rest for a little while whilst we thicken up and make that gravy. And then grab yourself your favourite wooden spoon and you can give it a stir. And then you can start adding in some gravy granules. This is the shortcut. You can also mix some flour and add that in to thicken it, but gravy granules are just so simple and easy. So you can add a little bit at a time, pop it on saute, and then see if it needs any more. And then I'm just going to leave it a minute or two to start bubbling up, because then it'll be easier for it to reduce and for it to thicken, and so that it's piping hot, and then we can see if we need any more gravy granules. So I've allowed it to thicken and we've got perfect gravy now. I just love it like this. Let me get some on the wooden spoon so you can have a closer look. I mean, wow, doesn't that gravy look amazing? If you love gravy with your beef, then it's an amazing way to do it by using up your stock, adding in your peppercorns and garlic and whatnot, and you have a lovely rich gravy. So you just give it a quick stir around. You can see all the bits of peppercorn. Like I said, it's personal choice how much peppercorn you actually put in yours. You can see the little peppercorns there, or you can just use ground pepper if you prefer. So now you've done your gravy, are you a gravy boat person? Because not everybody has them these days. Everybody used to have them, but then you'd sit down for a lovely Sunday dinner, and I don't think people do that as much now. But I still have got loads of gravy boats, so let me show you one of them that I've got out. I can't remember where I picked it up from, probably a house sale somewhere, because I'm always looking for different things to use for you in the recipes. So then grab your cooking pot, grab your gravy boat. Just check that out, doesn't that look amazing? So gravy boat done. Now let's check on that beef that we were resting earlier, shall we? So gravy to one side. Come on beef, how are you doing? Oh, look at that, doesn't that look amazing? So grab yourself your favourite chopping board, pop on your beef, get rid of your foil. So get your beef out, get it ready, and we can start slicing it. I just can't wait to see how good it looks. Are you ready for this? Oh yeah, this is just so tender as you're slicing into it. Of course, if you like it pinker, then simply cook it for less time, because it's amazing how quick it is in the slow cooker. So I'm all for honesty on these videos, and I must admit, I've used a Ninja Foodi for this slow cooker recipe, which also has other functions. I would much rather have my beef on dehydrate. I think it does a lovely job, and it's like it's slow cooking and air frying at the same time, and that's what the texture feels like. So if you don't fancy a slow cooker one, or you actually want it to be a true slow cooker one, because is this a true slow cooker recipe? When you think that depending on how you like it, you're only talking 1.5 to 2.5 hours, whereas if you use the dehydrate setting, which we have got videos for dehydrated roast beef, you're talking 6 hours, and it's a lot pinker and it's got a crisp to the edge. And I must admit, I've gone more that way, whereas I've always done slow cooker beef. But slow cooker beef's still great. I'm just saying, if you've not used your dehydrate setting yet, then you absolutely must, because it's amazing. So shall I try it? So if you love roast beef and you want an easy way to do it, and you want to make some gravy as well, then this is it. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook, and on Pinterest, TikTok, we're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at KitchenGadgetsClub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.